happy Sunday. This is Kelli Christina from Dallas, Texas. And tonight we have the privilege of talking to my dear friend Christopher Price, who is a realtor at Keller Williams North 75. And he's also a host of his own podcasting show. Chris has some awesome strategies in business to talk to us about. Hi, Chris. How are you?
Hi, Kelli Christina. How are you today? You enjoying your Sunday?
I am, and I'm happy that we're talking again. You've been an awesome connection to meet this year, and I really appreciate your help, by the way.
Oh, glad to be a help. Happy to be a help.
Hey, so let's get started. And, my first question tonight is obviously, can you give the viewers a little bit about your background and your career?
So I actually used to be a stockbroker. I've got over a decade's worth of almost 2 decades worth of experience, not just in stocks, bonds, mutual funds, but other kinds of investing as well. And so it seemed like a natural progression to move into real estate, as it is still a financial instrument in a lot of ways, and it just seemed kind of like a natural move.
And I love that. And so that all you got to start off with? You want me to roll on here?
Well, I'm not sure how much more you want.
I'm getting all the information from you tonight, Chris. Something that absolutely amazes me about you is I feel like you have a lot of out-of-the-box plans and strategies that you use with real estate, which leads to our second question, and something else that I love about you. I know that you're out there busting your butt, and you created the Christopher's Price is Right podcasting show. So talk to me about what kind of topics you like to use for your own materials.
Well, so a lot of things that we like to do, Kelli Christina, is basically there's a lot of market trends. And so starting about a year ago, I was telling people we're going to run out of inventory soon. We had 6 months of inventory, then 5 months. And I'm like, look, we're running out of inventory, folks. If you're looking to sell your house, now's a great time to do it because we can actually sell your house and move you into a new one. Then it's 4 months, then it's 3 months, then it's 2 months. I'm like, hey, folks, I know it's Christmas time, but if you're looking to sell, now's the time to do it. And we're in the pandemic, and I'm talking to people on Zoom, and a lot of them are scared. And I understand that. But on the other hand, Kelli, it's like, now's the time to move. You've already realized this house is too small for you, or this house is too big for you. So let's go ahead and make the move now while you know it, and while the market's good. And then we got to where we've got 1 month of inventory, and then we're at half of a month of inventory, Kelli. And at half a month inventory, it's like, I'd love to move, but I don't know where I'm going to move to. And so we're finally starting to see it move back the opposite direction. And a good, healthy economy, Kelli, is with 6 months of inventory.
I love that.
So when we have 6 months of inventory, it's a healthy economy. It's healthy for us to move. But with it as tight as it is, even though we've got lots of essentially inexpensive money is out there in the market right now. So we can borrow money at unprecedented rates. I mean, it hasn't been this low, especially not for this long, but it hasn't been this low since the 1920s, I want to say.
Really?
It's been like 80 years. And so when people say, well, wait, I want to wait for the market to get better. It's like, what? You want to wait another 80 years for this market to come back? I don't need that kind of time. So, so that's where, what I think sets me apart from most of your other realtors is I've been studying this stuff 20 years in the stock market. I've been studying this with insurance and other financial assets. It's like, look, this is the way we're going to go. The real estate market is a leading economic indicator of how the economy is going, and with the, seconded only by retail. And so what's weird is we've got a weird retail where it's like retail's down, but retail's up, and the housing market is going crazy, but people can't move. So it's that whole, well, how do we get this to work, is where you kind of actually need a professional to kind of help you out to go, okay, look, I understand that, for every house that goes on the market, they're getting anywhere from 3 to 10 bids over the asking price. How do you get that bid? And it's like, and I know you've been through this with yourself, Kelli, here recently. So
We're rolling right on to what my next question was, talking about the real estate market during the pandemic, during the last 18 months. And I'm going to let you just keep rolling. But the Texas housing market is insane. And so I wanted a little bit more feedback. But I've also, Chris, talked to some other medical professionals in other states, and the housing market is on fire there too. So keep going. Give us more information.
Well, and so we can change it here a little bit, Kelly, because you're right. The housing market in general is on fire. But what we've got here in Texas is kind of, again, it's weird. Texas has always been a place where real estate continues to go up in price. And you'll hear the Texas residents going, you know what, I'm going to wait for the prices to come down. Well, the prices don't ever come down. And I'll hear somebody go, wait, no, what about happened in the knots back in 2006, 7, 8? Yes, we did see some houses sell undervalued, but the real estate market as a whole did not go down. So we're not going to see mass prices lower like we would in other states. And one of the things that's going on right now, Kelly, and this is where I want to get to on this point, we've got other markets like California, like in the past, New York's already known. New York's known for 20 years. California found out about 10 years ago, they started moving here. But the rest of the country is going, wait a minute here. This house in Seattle is $800,000 and it's a nice house in a nice neighborhood, but this same house is 1.2 in Dallas. Right. Not 1.2 in Dallas. It's a $500,000 house in Dallas. So they can sell their house for almost $1 million in Seattle and buy a house for $500,000 in Texas. And what do they get to do with that difference? Well, they get to fix up that house and make it what they want, or roll it into some other, pay off some credit card debts, whatever it is that they need to do that's right for them. But they've got the situation where it's less expensive to move to Texas than it is to stay where they're at.
Yeah, Texas is land of dreams and real estate these days, right?
And what's great, Kelly, is I grew up knowing all these guys that are land rich and cash poor. And it's like, well, it's about time for that to change.
Well, Chris, I absolutely love to visit the West Coast, and California is a beautiful, beautiful state. But when I spend a couple years, shopping around real estate and real estate prices in, the state of California, it's shocking when you're from Texas, the dramatic difference in the cost of living,
Oh, exactly.
So, the next thing I wanted to kind of ask you about, and I've seen a lot of this, I've seen, and you've impressed me with some different business strategies in real estate that I personally haven't seen a lot. You seem to do a lot of out of the box planning. So just talk to me a little bit about how you've seen the market or the trends in your industry change in the period of, I would say, the last 18 months.
Oh, and it's been absolutely crazy. I mean, Kelly, there was a period where it was like, okay, and I'm going to go back a little bit further than 18 months ago. It was you get in your car, you drive around, you look at houses with people. Well, with the pandemic, it's like, no, you're not getting in the car. You're not going into somebody else's house for two reasons. One, you don't want to go in somebody else's house. Two, the person that owns the house doesn't want you coming in. So we've gone from as extreme as doing Matterport, which is where we've got somebody that comes in with a camera and does a 3D rendering of your house, where someone can then put on 3D goggles or, with their computer kind of click through what it looks like to be in their house, and or in lieu of having a Matterport, because that does get kind of expensive and it takes up a lot of space on the cloud, is you'll call a realtor up and you'll get a personal virtual walkthrough where I'll walk through the house with my camera and you on the other line, and I'll walk through with my camera and I'll go, here's the house. And you go, wait, I want you to zoom in on that. And I'll walk up closer to it. It's like, open up that closet, what's in there? And then I get to walk through the house for you. And I may even have it to where I have people that log in. And so multiple people will watch me do an open house at one point in time. But there's not the same, like, for lack of a better word, cattle call, where everybody shows up at a house at once and looks at everything in the house at once, and you're like going, okay, I've got to clean up because I just had this massive party at my house, and so it's changed. So that's just the beginning of where we've changed. I mean, now it's like, you know, instead of getting together to write the contracts and then taking it over and making, you know, I don't even walk it into the other realtor's office anymore. Everything's done with DocuSign or some other similar type of document processing where I fill out the paperwork, I send it to you via email, and it's a secure email. You sign it, you send it back to me, I verify everything, I send it off through the email to the next person. They make sure everything's okay, and everything is almost everything is done electronically up to the point where you get the keys.
And I do agree that the processes have become simpler with the DocuSign and new systems in place. I mean, it really does make it easier for the buyers and the sellers. So I'm not, yes. So, all right, Chris, you know what I want to ask you, Mr. Superstar? You know, what do you consider, you know, some of your strengths and areas of success out there?
Well, and see, that's what I love about this industry, Kelly. I'm sorry, my glasses seem to be throwing me off here.
You okay?
You know, it's not just me. I have a team that I work with where if I don't know the answer, I've got somebody who can answer it for me. And if I can't do it, I've got somebody on staff who can. Like right now, we've got some TikToks that are going absolute crazy. And I think I've shown you a couple of them, and there should be a link in the bio as well for how to get to my TikToks. But the TikToks are going nuts. I've got some that have got well over 65,000 likes. That's not how many times they've been seen. That's how many likes they've got on them. And these are just houses around Texas. I mean, houses around the DFW area, you know, showing off what you can get for like $1 million in Texas, what you can get for $1.5 million in Texas. And when you look at what a house in Compton is going to cost, about $500,000 in California, you know, what you're going to get for that same $500,000 is going to be a beautiful home, possibly out even in Salina or in Highland Village. That's when you start to go, wow, people from all over the country are going, yeah, I may want to spend some time in Texas.
We've also had a lot of companies and industries move into this state. So, you know, that's helped the housing market, right?
You know, we've got Toyota moved here. We've got Amazon's trying, I think Amazon is now down in Austin. We've got lots of stuff going on down there. We've got several different insurance companies that have moved their home offices here, as well as insurance, as well as other financial institutions. And one of the things that I love, Kelly, is my team. You know, like I was talking about with the TikTok, they've come up with some really innovative stuff to do that, you know, I got to give my props to my team, because these are the folks that, you know, yeah, I go walk through the house and I talk about stuff, but they ask me the questions and we shoot the video and they put it together and they put it out on TikTok and it looks amazing. And I got to give my team.
Chris, you have some beautiful work out there and very, very impressive. And I agree about 150% on team and team backup support. You cannot do it by yourself. So bravo to you and your team. I'll tell you that right now.
Thank you.
So, all right. Fun question. So what do you do for fun these days, Chris? How do you enjoy life?
Well, one of the things I enjoy doing, Kelly, is you know, and I've invited you out a couple of times. You're gonna have to come out on a little bit more regular basis. We love to do the ballroom dancing on Thursday. We've got a nice little shop, Elegance Ballroom, down in Plano.
I think it's cool that you know, these dance studios are trying to get people out to dance after the pandemic. We got to come back to the dance floor. So go ahead.
It's like the pandemic. One of the worst things about there's one of my dance songs actually. It's like, you know, we miss dancing. You know, the pandemic took away dancing. It was like, well, I want my dancing back. And you know what I love about the ballroom dancing that we get to do, Kelly, is, you know, we're done by 10 o'clock. So I can be home in bed by 11. So I can be up at 5 to go attack my day and do what I got to do in the morning. And then by 8 o'clock, I'm able to start selling houses again.
You are very ambitious. I see you put a lot of passion and heart into your career, and you definitely, yeah, you're a strong success. So anything besides ballroom dancing?
Well, funny you should ask. We're going to have to do it here shortly because I'm cooking my short ribs. First time to do it. And I'm actually using my not iron skillet, the oh darn, what's that thing called? It's my iron pot, my Dutch oven. I'm using my Dutch oven for the first time in probably 20 years, but I do love to cook in my spare time.
I love that. Okay, well, I'm showing a screen, Chris, on how listeners, viewers can contact you. But real quick, tell us the easiest way to contact you, Christopher Price.
So the easiest way is to just pick up the phone, give me a call at 972-372-9810. And of course, you can reach me at my email address, which is thepriceisright@kw.com. And you can find me on TikTok as Christopher Price Realtor and online as ChristopherPriceRealtor.com. Just trying to be different out there because there are so many Christopher Prices. So if you don't see this face, it's probably not me.
Thank you, Chris. Have a wonderful week. And you're always a joy, and just keep going on real estate and keep rolling on podcasting and your beautiful connection. Have a good week.
Thank you, Kelly. You have a good one. I'll see you soon.
Bye.
Bye.